and I'm going to rub for 30 seconds against the painted parts. I got a small box from Grove Collaborative. I haven't gotten a box in a while because I felt like I had more than I needed. But I got some all-purpose cleaning wipes because I do like having these round. And the other one was either orange or pink. The bottle, and it smelled like medicine. This is lime and sea salt. I like it much better. It even, I don't know. It reminds me of summer, so I must have had this last summer. Also, my tub and tile cleaner is lime and sea salt. And then I got rainwater scent. Have you guys ever used rainwater scent? I have never, so I had to. I just had to. I love these scents. Wait for it. Ooh, I really like that. That's so fresh. I like that. I'm going to enjoy that one. And then this was on sale, so I got it because honestly, I feel like the dishwashing liquid's kind of pricey compared to not Mrs. Meyer's in the store, but other brands you can get in the store. So I got this one because it was on sale. Mrs. Meyer's Mom Scent. So I already know I like it. I have all-purpose in this. All these nice spring fresh. And then I got my sponges, which I am so in love. I almost said obsessed. It's like, I'm not saying obsessed. I refuse to say obsessed. Okay. I love these. I got another one. I like them because they can hold up in the dishwasher. That's one reason I like them. They just plain hold up. I got a wine voucher. I don't think I'll need that. What's this? Just an advertisement. Okay. And then I got a couple of samples, which are freebies. One was for melatonin with L-theanine and botanicals. I love it. Melatonin may cause drowsiness or sleepiness. Really? You don't say. I think that's why I'm taking it, people. The first ingredient is glucose syrup. The second is sugar. It must be because it's a gummy. I'm going to try it, though. 2 gummies is how many milligrams, people? 3 milligrams is 2 gummies? Yeah, no. I probably won't get that again. And then this Alpine Rich Cream. Hydrate deeply, support the skin barrier, soften the look of fine lines. Hey, if you can do that. Anyways, I got that. So that is, I'll try that out. So those are free. Yay! Not those are free. Just this was free. And this was free. They always have free samples, and I like to remember to try to get the free samples whenever I can. Welcome to my home. If you're new here, my name is Karen, and this is video number 4 in my spring clean series, and all 4 videos are in the kitchen. So I will have it linked at the end of this video. If you've missed any of those, you can click on the playlist and see what you've missed. This cabinet gets so, look at it, it gets so grimy because of the metal of the cookie sheets and such, dragging them in, dragging them out day after day after day. Why I never put a liner in this cabinet, I have no idea, but I am putting one in today, so we're going to get it fixed. There's definitely some paint that has worn away. I mean, look at that, and that's just scratching the surface here. So I also noticed there was some grime on the sides, so I decided to get out my vacuum cleaner and just vacuum up any bits and dust particles, dirt particles. The door is also very dirty, which is a little bit hard to pick up on camera just how dirty it was. I started out using my new Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose cleaner, which I think is called Rainwater or Rain. Oh, it smells so good. But honestly, it was not enough to really get that clean. It got the surface normal stuff, but this was actually quite dirty. And so anything that's kind of like stuck on or black marks, that sort of thing, the Zep that's actually for walls, I'm finding worked really great on my cabinets. But if you decide to choose it, always make sure when you're choosing a cleaner not meant for that spot that you spot test. So choose a spot that's not real visual to the eye and try it there first. Make sure it doesn't do any damage to whatever you have there for paint. just to make sure that you're not going to ruin your cabinets. Oh, I would feel so terrible. So I'm using that Zep also on the white part and on the bottom of the cabinet because I did what I could with the all-purpose cleaner. Now it was time to go in with the big guns. I don't use the white erase because the lacquer on these cabinets is so thin, and I have found that white erase can remove paint. So I'm not going to use it on my cheapy cabinetry because I'm really afraid that it's going to end up getting ruined, which would just break my heart.
Could you wipe the bottom in there?
Yep.
I already sprayed it.
Okay. So as you can see, there are my fingers. Now I'm gonna be wiping this. Ugh, yuck. That's a good thumbnail. Yuck. It needs more spray. Wow. These look brand new.
Right?
So here I am spraying. Except I don't know how to spray. I'm just kidding. Anyways, my kimchi man fell asleep on my bed.
Aww.
Did you see the McDonald's picture I showed you? Of who's working at McDonald's?
Oh, yeah.
Chris said he's the most handsome McDonald's employee. Okay, and there we go. Finesse. Oops. Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Wow, look at how shiny and sparkly.
Yeah, I gotta clean this though.
Yikes,
Nasty.
Your house is a mess, especially
Right?
over there. Wow. Look, buddy. Look. Look at the tiny baby. Oh. Oh. I'm sorry, baby. Look at how cute. Leo!
You know, boundaries and all. He has some, she doesn't.
Whoa, what's going back in here?
The same thing, but I'm going to put liner down so that doesn't happen again.
Oh, I thought you were using, what is that Property Brother thing?
Oh, wallpaper, no.
Yeah. So here I am cleaning.
Yep.
I'm spraying it again.
Yeah.
What is this called? Zep?
Yep. It's usually for walls, but I've just noticed it works really great on the cabinets.
Zep.
Here
Zep
I
your
am,
mouth.
thinking I'm smart.
But really,
Use one
I
finger on my
graduated a
cabinets.
year earlier. Yeah. Then here I am using my dirty paper towel again to go over the exact same spot.
Hey. Watch my miracles.
I cannot believe the baby. Oh.
I can't believe he did the thing he always does.
Maggie. The tiny baby. I was going to invite you upstairs in the room, but we don't want you up there.
No more. We're breaking up.
Uh-huh.
It's not me, it's you.
Yeah. It's always going to be you, Leo. No matter what anyone thinks.
It is you. We are torn. It is you.
The miniature baby. Did you hear that?
No, did he hiss at you?
Yeah. Really good.
Are you guys having a fight?
Yeah, and Leo started it.
Baby's first fight. It's not really the first one though, is it?
Don't you?
I turn away for 1 second. Leo, I'm trying to work here. I'm going to get my measuring tape. You guys keep an eye on Leo.
Oops. The baby's still in there.
Now that Leo has let me do some measuring, I measured the inside of the cabinet so that I could make sure that this was going to fit well. I didn't want there to be any gaps on the sides because that's just going to be a spot that's going to gather dirt. And this cabinet is so deep, you know. I can easily pull a liner out and clean that, but it was hard for me. I can't get on my knees at all because I do have arthritis. So that's why I had gotten Yvonne to help me get to the back of that cabinet. So that makes it super important for me to have this liner. I did get this liner at Dollar General. I do love it. I love that it's translucent. I love that it's white. It does have a texture to it. I don't always love texture, but I have noticed I have it in other cabinets. It really does stay put. So I'm sure it was cheaper at Dollar General, but there's not very much on the roll. So if you happen to be headed to Walmart or somewhere that you know they carry liner, you might want to check out, if you're going to do something like this, the unit price, because I think a lot of times Dollar General is less expensive because they're just giving you less product. So you feel like you're spending less, but you're just not getting as much. This had like a little diamond pattern, which is what I'm using to get a straight line. Once in a while, I would get a little dizzy and confused, but it worked pretty well. Right here, but it's definitely going to help me right there.
Here it is all full, looking all beautiful.
I'm going to continue cleaning the cabinets because they are quite dirty, but I thought this would be a good time to take a break and show you the family china that I split up for the kids and whether or not it tested for lead.
I got these lead test swabs to test my china. So as I box it up for any of the kids who said they wanted it, I just wanted to double check and make sure there was no lead in the paint because I don't know how old this china is. So this says, for directions, wet swab tip with water. So here's the swab tip and what it looks like. Shake off excess liquid. After swab tip achieves mustard yellow cover, promptly use swab. Rub surface for 30 seconds. Observe swab tip for color change. Please refer to color on back of label. Red, violet, pink swab indicates presence of lead. Oh. So this color would mean lead detected, and if it stays this color, then no lead. So I did wipe this off with hot water, and then I dried it good with a paper towel, just to make sure there was no film of anything. All right, so I'm going to wet it with water, shake off the extra, let it get yellow, which it is yellow. And then I'm going to set my timer here so I know I do it perfect. And I'm going to rub for 30 seconds against the painted parts. I can already tell. So it did change. See, it was this color, and then I rubbed, and now it's this color, so that means lead. I also want to do this shelf too, because a lot of times the cups are wet from the dishwasher. One of the reasons that I dry cups before I put them in the cabinet is because I did not have a liner on the bottom of this cabinet, and the cabinetry does bubble up over time, and not a very long time. If it's wet, it doesn't do well with moisture at all. So in this case, I could pull the shelf right out and measure how much, how big it was. And this is when for some reason I was having a hard time seeing the little diamonds. So I had a little bit of a rough time cutting out this particular liner, and it is a smidge big, and it does honestly want to kind of like bubble up or pump up in the cabinet, but it's good enough. Good enough is good enough. So I also mentioned, speaking of lead, and I am very sad about finding out that the family china has lead. I'm not shocked, but I am sad about it. Anyway, my daughter Yvonne had heard that Stanley cups, some people are finding that they test positive for lead, which I have not heard that. But since that package of lead tests came with like 30, I did test her Stanley cup for lead, and it tested negative. So I just thought I would pass that along. If you've heard that rumor, it could just be a rumor. I don't know. But I did like that I could get something to test dishes, and it came with several. So at first I thought, you know, people could use the china still to display as a piece of our family history. And then I decided, no, I'm not even going to give the option because, you know, lead breaks down, I would think, if you had it in a spot where the sun was always shining on it. It's not healthy to even have it in the air. I just think it's better that I just get rid of them and give no one the option of potentially being exposed to any level of lead. The fact that I did eat off of these plates, the fact that I have used them in the past for special family dinners makes me just thank God that, you know, we're all fairly healthy. I can still do long division. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm onto this cabinet, but because it was very recent that I decluttered it, it was clean, it's lined, it's all good. It was just the outside that needed to be cleaned. So I'm just going around getting everything wiped up using my Zep, which does work so well. I did order touch-up paint from Lowe's, which is where I bought these cabinets. And it's going to come in a touch-up pen, but it will be in the color that it'll be in the color of the cabinets. And I'm also going to test it with some other things that I have purchased, like the sideboard, like the cabinet in the bathroom, and see if it's the same color. But it's not coming until the 1st of April, which will be here before you know it. It's just in a few weeks, so I'm excited for that.
People say that don't get white, everything will show. That's not true, actually. When you actually wipe these down, you're like, dang, that's dirty. Why didn't I see that?
The next room that I'm going to be spring cleaning and refreshing is going to be our downstairs half bath, which is also where I have the washer and dryer. There's some painting that needs to be done. I want to do the back of that door white, the part of the door that is actually in the room. And also, similarly to what I did here in this room, the molding, the trim around the window where the two pieces meet up, because of settling in the house, it looks like a crack there. I mean, you see where the two boards meet up. So I want to get that dapped. I've been using DAP and painted over. I've definitely noticed that spring cleaning here in the kitchen, it has lifted my spirits, honestly, which, as I shared in my last video, is difficult for me in the month of March. And I thank you for all your support that's in that video. I thank you for sharing your own personal stories and how you have struggled, and that's what I'm here for. I really want to be an encouragement to you as you try to live a life you love. I feel like so much of how we feel about our life starts right in our own home, and how we feel about the maintenance of our home and whether or not we're able to keep up with chores. And so often physical conditions get in the way, but mental health also gets in the way. And I really want to be somebody who represents doing our best and then looking for contentment within that best. And everybody's best is going to be different. We all have different time constraints. We all have different health issues. We all have different things that we struggle with mental health wise. And that's not even counting the trials that naturally come in life that take up our mental space, that take up our bandwidth, that take up our physical energy. So I really always want to be truthful and real with you. As I go through my struggles, I want to be as honest as possible in those things so that it encourages you to know you're not alone. We're not all doing our spring cleaning in a day. We're not all decluttering our basement in a weekend. I want to be here for the people who are living the real lives, who have struggles, because I know the people that can get that stuff done in a weekend, they don't need help. They don't need somebody to encourage them. They're probably doing fantastic, you know, and maybe they're not. I don't know. Maybe I can still encourage those people as well as they see me. Maybe sometimes I'm here to make you feel better about yourself and to think, well, she only got this done, but I could get that done. So, you know, I must be doing okay. So I'm almost done here with the spring clean. I did get interrupted a couple times. 2 cars, 6 people means we have to do a little bit more transporting, and I transport this one to save the car for that one. There was this wall that I neglected when I cleaned walls, or it just got dirty again, not sure. So I'm cleaning it, trying to think, should I be painting this wall? And then I'm thinking, you know what? If I paint this wall, then I have literally just repainted the kitchen with the exception of a soffit. And I thought maybe that's one way to trick myself into repainting an entire room, is to just do one spot at a time without thinking I'm going to paint the whole room. Of course, the decision is out there on whether I paint the door to the pantry and the door to the basement white and paint the trim. So I'm going to go over to the bathroom, do the inside of the bathroom. I'm going to go over to my bedroom and do some painting before I make that decision. Either way, there is so much more to come. So if you are not subscribed to this channel, I invite you to click on the subscribe button right now. While you're thinking about it, give this video a thumbs up if you like this sort of video. And I'll be so happy that you'll get to see whenever I upload new videos so that we can be on this journey together. I'm so happy to be done with the kitchen. I am so happy to move on to another room. So remember, as always, that God loves you and I love you too. And I can't wait to see you next time, which hopefully will be tomorrow.